Vukuzenzele, 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 Vukuzenzele.
What is a participatory video? It is a collaborative approach to working with a group or a community in shaping and creating their own film. In order to open spaces for learning and communication and to enable positive change and transformation. In the process of making films about their own social circumstances, participants learn to use the camera to read the world more critically, reflect on the causes of social injustice, and better articulate the change they wanted to see in the world. The tools of the video making enable participants to see and hear themselves in each other ways they seldom have before. They encourage conversations across divides, rekindle the passing on of stories between generations, eradicate illiteracy as a barrier to participation, encourage dialogue, and enable small voices to get to the big audiences. The process varies from group to group, but it is made up of a series of steps that involves many interactive games that encourage rapid learning and full participations by all members of the group, not just the loud ones. It starts with learning the equipment. Often just the simple act of holding a camera in one's hands is incredibly empowering and already encourages confidence and agency within the individuals. A series of activities encourage participants to look deeply into their communities and subjects they wish to address. This is followed by much discussion with the groups as they look deeply into these topics. Participants then start to identify which topics they are more drawn towards, and then they form smaller working groups around this. Alternatively, the whole group may already have come to the program with a specific issue to work with, in which case they all work together on that. Storytelling methods are explored, and the group starts to build a narrative around their topics, including a storyboard, which then they present back to the big group. Once their storyboards are approved, and then they all agree upon them, they begin to film their stories. This often opens up more discussions as the community becomes curious about what is the group doing. And often many important conversations are had, relationships are forged during this process. As participants start learning about data management, they also learn a lot of valuable lessons about filming and being precise and disciplined about their filming process and the importance of sticking to their storyboards. For many, it is the first time to be engaging with the computers, and this opens up very valuable learning in computer literacy, which is very empowering and gives them great sense of confidence and excitement when they overcome their fears. The editing process is when participants start to realize how much power they hold in the process, and often brings up stories of how frustrating it has been to see the outsiders telling their stories in the past, with very little participation or acknowledgement of the community itself. The thought of being able to tell their own stories in the way that they wish them to be told fuels much excitement and drives the editing process, which every member in the group takes part in. Once everyone has edited their films, there is a group review. This not only enables much technical learning, but also offers the invaluable opportunity to learn to constructively criticize and to be criticized without taking offense. Groups then edit their stories based on the feedback and prepare to present their stories to their communities. The community screening is a critical part of the PV process and is when it all comes together. Groups screen their stories to their broader communities and facilitate discussions and activities to get feedback and input from everyone. Then they go back to the editing to incorporate this feedback in the process until this whole community feels like the film is a true representation of their story and that they are happy to share with the desired audience. Consent is a critical part of the PV process, and the participants in the community decide who they want to share their story with. Sometimes it is just for a closed group. Sometimes it goes public. It is for the group themselves to decide. The cycle ends with awareness being raised and solutions being implemented or begun by the group and the community. The whole cycle can begin again if the group desires. Ideally, with the participants themselves being able to facilitate the process within their community.
Vukuzenzele.